13. It's August 24th, I do believe. Yeah, August 24th, and I'm going go-karting. These roads aren't going to be new, so if you're watching my video for the scenery, you might as well skip this one. But actually, it won't be new for the first 5 to 10 minutes, and that's what this video is going to be. Maybe the next one or the one after that, I'll be at the ocean, and that might be different. Anyways, what I'm going to talk about right now is something that's on my mind, and that's helmet cameras. I've been trying to I have a new job now, and I've got some extra money for the first time in half a year. My credit card was maxed out for like the last 4 or 5 months, you know, and every month I was making the minimum payments on my credit card. And today I just walked in with the full amount and paid off the credit card, and I've still got enough money left to go buy whatever I want. It's nice having a new job. But anyways, yeah, so for the last, every day for the last 4 or 5 days, I've been at the different computer stores and camera stores trying to find something that's better than what I have now. And what I have now is it's a low-end camera that records in MPEG-1. And if you know, there's MPEG-1, MPEG-2, I think there's MPEG-3, but I don't really see it around much. And then there's MPEG-4, and MPEG-4 is like DivX. It's like DVD quality. And the cool thing about MPEG-4 is that it actually uses less memory than MPEG-2 and probably MPEG-1. It uses less memory, so you have a better, clearer picture, and it uses less space in the memory card, so you can record longer and better. So anyway, of course that's what I want. I want MPEG-4. And I go to the camera shops, and I find cameras that are MPEG-4. There's a good amount of them. But a lot of them are really thin. But the problem with the thin ones is that they're all actually taller. So they're actually taller than the one I have now, and that would block my view too much, so I can't use those. And then all new cameras, for some strange reason, now have lenses, telescopic lenses. So you turn there's a nice temple over here. Somebody commented I don't show enough scenery anymore. Here's some scenery for that guy. There's the temple. Look. It's Asian. It's got an orange roof. Is it doing it for you? Okay, enough of that. Anyways, I should have that out. I sound like a retard. They're too tall. That's one problem. They have telescopic lenses, so when you turn the power on, the lens comes out, and that's a really bad option for me, because if the lens were to bump my visor, it would probably break the lens. You know, they're really delicate mechanisms, as was pointed out to me by my roommate more than once. And where do I want to go? I want to go. Left ear is still blown. I was riding at high speeds one day with my visor up, and I was going really fast, doing high speeds, right? I was doing high speeds, and my left ear kind of blew out, and it was painful at the time. But I didn't think too much of it. I just thought it would heal. And this is about a month and a half, 2 months later, and just now when I went fast for that little bit, my left ear started hurting. Not a good sign. Anyway, so what's the lesson we can learn from that, children? It is you should always wear, most intelligent riders, they wear earplugs. They always wear earplugs. Racers wear them. All racers wear them. But even for street use, you should have some kind of earplugs in. And they're not, some people say they're not that dangerous. They soften the sound. You can still hear stuff. You can still hear people honking and ambulance sirens or whatever. But yeah, I think it's really important to wear earplugs. Am I even going the right way? The next gas station will... Yeah, I think it's the next gas station. No, it's not going to be the next gas station. I went the wrong way. Fuck. Not a good sign. I just ran that red light. And the cop doesn't seem to mind, because he's not following me. Anyways, Taiwan police, gotta love them. So, yeah, so what am I talking about? Telescopic lenses, yeah. They come out too far, they'd hit this. Yeah, so that's bad. And then another major problem, and this one, like the camera too tall, there's a workaround for that. We could dig out part of the helmet using like a soldering iron or something. My buddy says like you can use a soldering iron for anything, you know, digging out helmets, do whatever. He's like, oh yeah, it'll cut through your helmet like butter. You just dig a hole, drop it in, it'll fit nice and flush. So I'm not very good with tools, so. But anyway, so yeah, there's a workaround for if it's too tall. Telescopic lens, same thing. Take a soldering iron, cut a groove into the bottom of the visor so that the telescopic lens will you know, it won't get hit by the visor. It won't be that big of a deal. There'll just be a little bit of wind right there. If the microphone is higher up on the camera, it shouldn't matter. And that leads me to the third thing I have to watch out for. If the microphone is on the front of the camera, then, you know, good luck, because the wind will be too much, and you just be constant static. Because, like, on this camera, the one I'm using right now, the microphone's on the left-hand side. So whenever I'm doing higher speeds and I look to the right like this, the wind comes in from the side, and boom, you can't hear a word I'm saying, because the wind is touching the mic. So, yeah, so I gotta, there was something else too, oh yeah. And the fourth and final problem that I'm having is all new cameras don't have a viewfinder, and they have a big-ass LCD screen. Oh, haha, yeah. 谢谢，我通常忘记那个，我每一次我录 video 我也会抱怨那个，我一直有危险，因为有车子看到他们向我要左转，然后他们会去我的前面，对不对？然后撞他们。谢谢。He was letting me know that my turn signal was on. And like I said before in my other videos, I always forget it on. Because there's no, like on my scooters and stuff, it makes like a... Gotta love these fucking people. What is he doing? He's parking? Is that what he's doing? And he just hit it right the first time. I was really tempted to shoot between those two scooters, but it would have been somewhat dangerous and stupid. So, cameras. Yeah, oh yeah, fourth and final problem is all new cameras have a big-ass LCD screen on the front of them. And, on the back of them. And they have no viewfinder. Like, the camera that I'm using right now has a viewfinder and a smallish LCD screen. And when I'm doing video like this, I can actually push a button and turn the LCD screen off. Here, watch this. I'm going to shift without using the clutch. See, that's the shift. I just shifted up. You can shift up without the clutch, but you can't shift down because it screws up the gears, and then your motorcycle will be fucked, supposedly. So anyways, yeah, LCD screen. The LCD screen, yeah, like you can't, on my camera you can turn it off, so I don't have a bright LCD screen in my face. I just have a viewfinder, and that's fine. If I just tilt the helmet up, I can actually look through the viewfinder and see exactly what I'm filming, which is kind of cool too. But with the new cameras, there's no viewfinder, and they all have these big-ass bright LCD screens that you cannot turn off. You can turn them off maybe for pictures, but not for video. Because, I don't know, the logic is since there's no viewfinder, how could you tell what you're recording? So yeah, so that there's no option to turn the LCD screen off. So that means I would have a camera in front of my nose with a bright LCD screen, like, you know, flashing in my face. And there's a workaround for that as well, because I could just get some tinted plastic coverings, you know, like window tinting for a car or something, and like just cut it out and then just dim it down a shitload. But it's also a waste of like battery, you know. I got this LCD screen that's on for like, you know, while I'm recording for like an hour or whatever, and meanwhile I'm not even looking at it. It's a waste of electricity. So yeah, those are my problems. There's literally no camera out there with that would have all the things I want. You know, I don't care about thickness. It has to be a shorter camera. It has to have a viewfinder. It has to be able to turn the LCD screen off. And the most important is that it has to have a microphone that's mounted on the top or the side. I actually found a camera. I bought a camera, and this was fucking embarrassing waste of time. I wonder if I could go straight to that tunnel and come out to the ocean. I'll just turn left. This is the 72. Okay, I won't remember that. Oh, I can watch the video. Okay, this is the 72 I'm on right now, the number 72. So when you get home or deaf, check a map and see if the 72 will carry you on to the ocean or not. So yeah, so I bought a camera. I found a camera that had everything I wanted, except for it had a telescopic lens. The lens, like, yeah. So I'm like, okay, that's like one of the easiest problems to fix. Just cut out a bit of the visor, boom. And it was MPEG-4, and it had one of the things that it had that like no other camera had was it had a viewfinder, and you could turn the LCD screen off when shooting a video. I was like, yeah, it was the Samsung like Digi Life or something, Digimax, Samsung Digimax, and I'm like, all right. And I asked the girl, I'm like, the microphone's on top, because there were some holes on top, and I'm like, is this a microphone? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, microphone's on top, you know, everything else was fine. The only problem it had was the telescopic lens. So I bought that one, and I'm excited. I get home, and I haggled with the guy a bit. I'm throwing a free battery, which was worth like $50 American. So then I get home, I'm looking at the instruction booklet, and I notice that the microphone isn't on top. It's actually on the bottom of the camera in the front, which is the worst possible place, because that's where the most wind's going to go up. Maybe if it was on the top in the front, it might be okay, but no, it was on the bottom on the front. And I was fucking furious. I just was like, fuck! You know, like, after like 4 or 5 days of shopping around, I finally buy one, and then I get home and I find out that the woman was mistaken. Because I asked, I said, is this the microphone on top? And she's like, yep. And then sure enough, it's not. It's on the bottom. And she was an intelligent woman. She knew a lot of other stuff. She knew specs, and she understood what MPEG-4 was. I went to a lot of camera shops, and they're like, MPEG-4? No, that's an outdated method of recording. MPEG-4 is actually very low quality. And I'm like, you fucking idiot. Like, I know what it is. You know, like, I researched it on the internet. I know what MPEG-4 is. In actuality, well, I don't know. So anyways, yeah, so the MPEG-4. So yeah, I had to take it back and exchange it, and I didn't think I'd be able to get my money back, but I just said, like, you told me it was this, it isn't this, the fault is yours, the fault is not mine, give me my money back. I wasn't at first we tried to find something to exchange it for, but I pretty much knew that there was nothing to exchange it for, but we spent about 20 minutes looking at other cameras and stuff. And then the guy tried to cheat. Well, it was a girl. The girl served me the first time, and then the guy the second time. And then the guy tried to like cheat me. He gives me a cam. Like I said, fine. What about camcorders? You got a camcorder with a video in. Like I was looking at lots of camcorders, and they don't have. Can you see my hand moving in the mirror there? Like even when I'm pointing forward, and you can't see my hands, I'm still moving my hands around to talk. I noticed that there's one of my videos that I uploaded recently, and you'll see that even though I'm filming straight ahead, you can notice my hands in the mirror is moving around. It's kind of funny. And, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the camcorder. Like, I wouldn't mind getting a camcorder and then buying, like, an external, like, viewfinder and I could keep the camcorder in a backpack or something, and then put a camera in my helmet. But yep, that didn't, you know. So I said to him, yeah, do you have it? He had a bunch of camcorders, and like, do you have any with a video in? A lot of them have microphone in for a separate mic, but like none of them have a video in. And he goes, oh yeah, we have one with a video in, and he gives me one, and then we're checking it, and it has like an audio video jack, and I'm like, is that in or out? And he's like, oh, it's both. It can work either way. And I'm like, really? And then I'm like, you know, give me an instruction booklet. So sure enough, it doesn't. He's just like, I don't know if he thought it did or if he was just lying out of his ass to try to get me to leave with something different, you know, because I'd have to give him more money for that one too. So, but yeah, he like lied to me then, and then that was the point where I said, okay, just give me my money back, because, yeah, and they did, but it was still a hassle, so I was a little depressed about the whole thing. Thought I had a better camera for you guys. MPEG 4, DivX quality, wouldn't that be awesome? DivX quality and low memory, so I'm still searching. So I still got ideas. My idea right now is to buy a PMP. You can do an internet search for it. It's a portable media player. And what it is it's like a hard drive, and it's like a hard drive and an LCD screen. That's pretty much what it is. It's like 30 gig hard drive and an LCD screen, and it's small. It's like the size of a PlayStation Palm, and you can hook up audio video into it. So you can like buy an external camera, external mic, and just plug it into your like PlayStation Palm, but it's not. It's like plug it into your PMP, and it'll record, and it's got like a 30 gig hard drive on board. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So you just keep this little, you know, it's small. You can like hold it in your hand. It's like same size as a PlayStation Palm, and some of them are smaller. You got some that are like the size of like a Nintendo Game Boy, and they have like, you know, they can hold gigs of memory, and then they have an audio video in. So that seems perfect. But I went to all these different digital camera stores, and none of them had external cameras. None of them had like separate cameras, like helmet cams or anything like that. So, and I asked them, where would I get something like that? And the answer was security shops, like to go to a home security shop where you can buy all sorts of like mini cameras, and they'll even sell like wireless cameras and stuff. Oh great, fucking. Yeah, so turn left here for the 115 to Sheen. Right there, right? That's the one. Oh, no. Oh, coming up. Fukao. Shinu. Do I want to go right? That's kind of interesting. That's the 115. Yeah. I've come that way before. I'm on the number 1 right now, heading south. I left Zhongli-ish, and I'm on the number 1 heading south. I'm heading towards Hsinchu, but at some point I want to cut over to the right, hang a right, and head to the ocean coastal road. So, and I'm still, of course, talking with my hands and pointing the directions, even though my hand's off to the side and you can't see it. But this guy, probably makes this guy wonder about me. So, I'm doing it in all my videos. I talk with my hands. And that's one of the reasons why I slow down whenever I talk, because I've only got one hand on the handlebars whenever I'm talking. Okay, I think it's time to start and stop this video.